Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Oh, there you go. I was chatting away for ages there. I couldn't hear nothing. Something weird with the mic. I had to unplug it and plug it back in again. Oh, there you go. I was chatting away for ages there. I couldn't hear nothing. Something weird with the mic. I had to unplug it. Right, I'm turning myself down. That's why it's quiet now. Right, yes. So here we are with the Tuesday evening championship. I've said all this once. We're here with the Tuesday evening championship that we run, the Super GTs, based on the Japanese Super GTs. They're the Group 2 cars, the 2016 Honda, Lexus and Nissan. We have two racers, two 40-minute races. They have to use two compounds each race. In race 1, they have to use the Super Softs and the medium racing compounds for the minimum of 5 laps. In race 2, they also have to use the soft and hard racing compound for a minimum of 5 laps. The tyre wear is set to times 6. The fuel rate is times 3. We're just about to watch a 3-lap qualifying race to determine the grid. The grid of this qualifying is the reverse. Is the reverse of the championship. So we'll quickly go through it. On pole for the qualifying race is Darren Salmon. It's a great picture. Have you been looking at a blurry picture all this time? So Darren Salmon in a Nissan. In second we have Jokus. In third we have the Mika Wivery. They're all Nissan drivers. In fourth we have Jim Wise in his Honda. In fifth, well, it should be Guesty, but maybe Guesty's not in this one. So Liam Anfield is taking up fifth. Excuse me. In sixth is Homesick Alien. In seventh is Gazman. Eighth is Noxie. Ninth is Stevie Styler. 10th is VRC Jam. 11th is Matt Psycho. And 12th is Kale. Is Kale leading the championship? Oh, there's no Racer Brown either, it looks like. So, oh dear. Got a couple of people missing from this first, maybe qualifying. Maybe they'll turn up for race 1. We'll have to wait and see. So, without further ado, because you've been sat there looking at a blank screen with no sound for all this time, we'll get on with it, shall we? So, Darren Stammen is starting on pole position. Like I said, it's the reverse of the championship. I can read you the championship out in gaps. Racer Brown's leading. Racer Brown is leading with 90 points. Kale is second on 67. And Graham is third on 61. I'll read you the rest because they have gone now. Here at Yamagawa. Reverse. Darren Salmon leading them away. Joker's going out wide in that very first corner. He's out wide now. Jim Wise slipping through up into second place with Liam Anfield in third. Mika Wivery's dropped to fourth. Joker's now down to fifth with Homesick Alien in sixth place coming through. Homesick Alien now up into fourth ahead of Mika Wivery. Sixth, Gazman is fancying his chances. Seventh is Noxie. Joker's dropping down to ninth, because he's just got overtaken by Stevie Styler, as he's a right bunch of cars there. My word, they're all vying for places. This is the top end of the championship here. Gazman, Jam, Mika Wivery slid down to 10th place now with Matt Psycho in 11th and Kale there sitting in 12th. So Darren Salmon still leading the way for this qualifier. Jim Wise up into second. Liam Anfield already up into third, back from his little break. Fourth is Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien's made his way through very well. Noxie, it's a little fight down here between Stevie Styler, Noxie and Gazman, all trying to... Oh, this is rubbish camera, let's go close up. So we're watching Gazman in 7th place, just behind Stevie Styler, who is just behind Noxie in 5th. Them three all trying to swap places. And there we see there, now Stevie Styler looked like he's making a move, and Gazman's had a big off. That's helping. That's helped a few come through. Kale, I saw as one of them. Joker's also. Noxie. Now Stevie Styler ahead of Noxie. We missed that, sorry. Oh, guys. Trying to keep up with this, it's crazy. Noxie's there's Joker's in 7th now. Jam up into 8th. Kale 9th. 10th is Mika Wivery. 11th is Gazman. Oh, that hurt Gazman down. And there is Matt Psycho in 12th. So I don't know what's happened to Matt Psycho, but he's had a bit of an issue down there. So Darren Salmon leading the way. He's got a nice little gap ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield is just... There's Homesick Alien just whipping it around. Jim on Wise. Look like he got the Honda sideways. They're all qualifying on super softs. They have to start the race they qualify on. Stevie Styler up the inside now of Jim on Wise. Bad couple of corners for him. Noxie there in 6th in the Lexus. There we see Jam is just ahead of Kale giving the curbs, the barriers a really good rub then. 9th is Joker sideways in the Nissan, looking absolutely delightful. There's Gazman 10th trying to come back. Mika Wivery now down to 11th with Matt Psycho going up the inside. Matt Psycho up into 11th. So Darren Salmon, he's looking like he's going to be under pressure. They're on the last lap of this 3-lap qualifying race, but Liam Anfield is on the move. Last time around, Darren Salmon managed a 25.4, and Liam Anfield did a 24.8. So Liam Anfield a little bit faster than Darren Salmon. Can he cling on to pole position? Homesick Alien up to 3rd. Stevie Styler up to 4th. Jim on Wise down to 5th. Noxie in 6th. Jam up to 7th. Kale's moved up to 8th. Gazman moving up another spot to 9th. So's Matt Psycho. 11th is Mika Wivery. Oh, and Joker's dropped off the back of those. But here we come in around the final lap. During the race, it's a 40-minute race, the first race. We can have a look at the track going on car. Qualifying's a little bit manic to do it. So Liam Anfield has caught up Darren Salmon. He's going for the inside line around the long sweeping right-hand corner. Liam Anfield, he has just done it. He's just pipped round past Darren Salmon. That Honda with better grip in mid-corner. Darren Salmon following him through with the might of the Nissan Homesick Alien. Also in a Nissan, catching up the two ahead of him. They're in the final corner now. Liam Anfield looking like he's coming back with pole position. Fantastic stuff. Congratulations, Liam Anfield. Getting the poles ready. So Darren Salmon in 2nd, Homesick Alien finishing 3rd, Stevie Styler 4th, Jim on Wise 5th, Noxie 6th, Jam 7th, Kale 8th. Ooh, Kale in 8th, Gazman in 9th, Matt Psycho 10th, Mika Wivery coming across the line in 11th, and Joker's not too far behind her in 12th. So we've seen a bit of a battle there. And that is your grid. So on pole is Liam Anfield. 2nd is Darren Salmon in his Nissan. 3rd, also in a Nissan, Homesick Alien, Stevie Styler starting 4th. Great start for him. I don't think we've seen Stevie Styler on the top step yet. Oh, we've not even seen him on the podium. 4th last round was the closest he came. Racer Brown was absolutely dominant last week with 2 wins. Well, you haven't seen him in qualifying. I don't know if he'll appear at some point. Jim on Wise there in 5th place. Looking for good stuff from that with the Honda. Noxie in 6th. Jam in 7th. Kale starting in 8th. Gazman in 9th. Matt Psycho in 10th. It's going to be a struggle for Matt Psycho down there. Where's Matt Psycho in the table? I can tell you. I could give you a quick table now, couldn't I? So, Racer Brown, let's have a look at the pole, dude. Racer Brown is leading the championship. Well, I can do this while it's... sorry, I'm all over the place because I don't know which way to do round what. So, yeah, Matt Psycho 10th, Mika Wivery 11th, Jokus in 12th. And then... Oh, no, I've got that all set up wrong. I'll let this finish. And then while the first race is loading, I'll tell you the championship table. There you go, Joker's finishing 12th. Sorry, that was a little bit scatty and all over the place. I sort of lost where I was for a minute then. Right. So we'll get the loading page underway. I did try and preload these before going on the broadcast to see if it speeded things up a little bit, but Racer Brown is leading the championship with 90 points. Kale is in 2nd with 67 points. IR Graham 3rd on 61 points. I haven't seen IR Graham either. 4th is Matt Psycho on 58 points. Jam on 5th on 53 points. Stevie Styler is 6th on 45 points. Gazman in 7th on 42 points. Noxie in 8th with 38 points. Homesick Alien in 9th on 34 points. Liam Anfield, right, let's get rid of those. I might quickly pause this. Sorry. So Liam Anfield is in 10th on 31 points. Guesty is 11th on 27 points. 12th is Jim on Wise on 20 points. 13th is Mika Wivery on 13 points. 14th is Jokus on 10 points. And 15th is Darren Salmon on 9 points. And I was just cracking myself up about how shocking this has been so far. I've got the manufacturers as well. Just me, I'm all over the shop, aren't I? Pausing it before the race so I can get through the J-Pump. I was ultra, super... I don't know the word. But I was it by loading up the things, saying that'll streamline the broadcast. Right, we're looking at Liam Anfield on pole position here at the KDP Yamagawa 2 for the Super GT Championship, round 3 for the Virtual Racers Club, and he pulls away wonderfully. We usually see the Lexuses making huge jumps, huge leaps. It looks like Homesick Alien making a move on Darren Salmon earlier on around the outside, but can he make it stick? He's just about there. He's got the inside for the next corner, and he goes through up into 2nd spot to chase Liam Anfield further back. Stevie Styler ahead of Jim on Wise. Noxie in 6th. Jam remaining in 7th. Gazman moving up to 8th, bit ahead of Kale. He's dropped down to 9th. Jokers has made a great jump up into 10th place, ahead of Mika Wivery, and Matt Psycho is down at the back. Don't know if he's come across someone. Oh, he's on the racing mediums. So Matt Psycho starting on the racing mediums. Mika Wivery having a huge one there. Absolutely huge. Oh dear, she's busted the front and the engine bit. So down into 12th for Mika Wivery. Up ahead, Liam Anfield leading from Homesick Alien. He's chasing him down. They're coming up to one of the sectors ahead of the left, right, left. Oh, Liam Anfield's had a big one. Liam Anfield made a mistake in the sweeping corners, and Homesick Alien now takes the lead ahead of Liam Anfield, who's under pressure from Darren Simon. Darren Simon getting up into 2nd spot. Liam Anfield there struggling ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler the next to look for a way past the Honda in his Lexus. I think Stevie Styler top running Lexus at the moment. There we have in 5th, Jim on Wise, ready to pounce also. It's closing them all up with Liam trying to regain his composure and to get back into the fight. With Stevie Styler there in 4th, dogging him. Jim on Wise in 5th is a little bit ahead of Jam, who's now up into 6th. Gazman is up into 7th. Kale is in 8th. Matt Psycho's moved up a few spots now into 9th place ahead of Noxie in 10th. Noxie must have had a bad one. 11th there for Jokers and Mika Wivery. Oh, we see her coming back onto the road again. This is a terrible lap for her. Homesick Alien leading the way on lap 2 of this 40-minute race. He's looking like he's pulling away from Darren Salmon quite handsomely. To say it's the 2nd lap of an endurance race, he's got himself a lovely little bit of space. Then we have Stevie Styler has got ahead of Liam Anfield. My words, I promised I wasn't going to keep doing replays because they're long races, but Stevie Styler somehow getting up past Liam Anfield further back. Kale's made a huge jump, so's Matt Psycho. We've had some big action back here. We should have a go back and have a look. It looks like it's just Jam and Jim on Wise, so we'll go to Jim on Wise first of all. He was in 5th. That's forwards, that's backwards, I think. So who's Jim on Wise just run a little bit wide, and he had a whole gang of cars, a gaggle of them coming through. Jam first. There's Gazman. It's a bunch of Hondas all squabbling. In the meantime, there we saw Gazman making a lovely move up the inside. Now everyone's having a bit of a wobble. That's what sent Jam off wide. Gazman looks like he's stuck in between 2 cars. It's all very hectic there, trying to pick the bones out of that. But Matt Psycho, biggest winner. Well, Kale, Matt Psycho, Gazman all moving up. Jam absolutely losing out totally, and Jim Unwise losing a couple of spots. So Jam has dropped back. He's still got Jocus in view. It's a 40-minute race. You can see the damage on the front of his car. It's just gone now. So he's just got to recollect himself, hunt them guys down ahead. Like I said, he's in view of Jocus and Noxie. Noxie on the medium tyres. Jocus struggling with the power of that Nissan. Jim Unwise down to 8th, but Noxie coming to make a move on those medium tyres. Noxie finding a pace with the medium tyres. Homesick Alien still leading from Darren Salmon, getting a beautiful lead on there. Liam Anfield in 3rd. He's got himself back ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler on the medium tyres, so he is having an absolutely corker of a race there in 4th place. We're on lap 3. They only have to use them for 5 laps, so I can assume we'll see Stevie and Noxie and Kale on the medium tyres. Maybe the medium tyres are working better. Done a 1:26.7. Stevie Styler did a 26.1. Liam Anfield on the Super Softs 26.3. Homesick in fresh air 24.8. It's very marginal, really, the times. Darren Salmon doing a 25.5. So yeah, I don't think there's much in it between these Super Softs and these mediums. Just starting at lap 4 now. Stevie Styler ahead of Kale. Matt Psycho 26.9. He's also on the medium tyre, and so is Gazman. Jam on the Super Softs on his comeback. He's up to 8th already, so he's got past a big bunch of cars. I'll have to go back because he's done a great job there, hasn't he, Jam? He's got past like about 3 cars already. So we'll have a quick flick back to see how far back was it. The Jam got past his cars. Here we go. First of all, Jocus. Round the outside. No, Jocus coming back at the Jam. Jam then switching it to underneath. So there goes Jocus. There's a new sheriff from town. He's cleaning up. Then Jam moving on up into 10th place. After we saw all there, we see Jim Unwise going very slow. I don't know what happened to Jim Unwise. If Jim Unwise had an issue. And here we see Jam coming with high velocity up towards the rear of Zenoxy in his Lexus, Honda V Lexus. There goes Jam. He's having a look on those Super Softs. Remember Noxie on the medium tyres, and that's the difference between the two compounds. Jam now up into 8th place, and he's got a bit of a way for Gazman, but Gazman managing a 28.5. He's just coming across to finish. You can see Jam in the background. He's not that far off. So there, Gazman managing a 27.2 on those medium tyres. Jam managing a 26.7. So half a second or so, but still, all counts for something. Starting on lap 4, so Jam up into 8th place. What a great comeback. And you can see the 2 cars ahead of him on medium tyres. It's all looking rosy. 9th for Noxie, clinging on in that Lexus on those medium-clad tyres, trying to wear down the fuel. Count out the laps. He's got Jim Unwise catching him up. On the Super Softs, he's got an advantage with the stickier tyres. Jocus up into 11th place, ahead of Mika Wivery, who is, well, she's done a 29.2 on lap 3. So it's starting to come together for our resident lady. Homesick Alien flying now. Lap 4, Super Softs still looking like they're together. It's not too bad. He was 3/10 slower on his last lap. Liam Anfield 24.9. Homesick 25.1. Coming around the start again. 25.3 from Homesick Alien. Liam Anfield 25.3. Exactly the same then, pretty much. Yeah. Stevie Styler 25.4 on those medium tyres. The medium tyres starting to look like they're coming to life. It's lap 5. This is the last lap they have to use them if they wish to do away with them. Darren Salmon there in 4th, having a very good race, keeping his head down, cracking on. His last lap not as good as his others, but He's there just behind Stevie Styler. He's got the top leaders in view. Matt Psycho coming through in 5th place ahead of Kale. So there's been movement there with Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho doing a 26.2 last time around against Kale's 28.3. Kale must have made a small mistake. Lost a bit of time to Matt Psycho, catching him up. Getting past, there's Gazman, 26.8 from Gazman on those medium tyres. Jam trying to close the gap between them. He's getting faster laps in the sectors. How long can his tyres last though? Lap 5 now. Noxie, 9th place on their mediums. Jim and Wise getting a bit closer. Jokers in 11th. Mika Wivery in 12th. So Homesick Alien crossing the line. And there goes Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield, he thinks 5 laps is it. Stevie Styler's gone in to get rid of the mediums. It was 5 laps and go. Here they all come. They're all flying in. Homesick Alien stayed out. Liam Anfield's back out ahead of Stevie Styler's back out ahead of Gazman. Gazman's decided to make those tyres go a little bit longer. Liam Anfield's put another set of super softs on. Stevie Styler has gone for super softs. Gazman remaining on the mediums. There is Jam. He's up into 5th now with the pit stops. On his super soft still, Darren Salmon. He's gone in and he's put mediums on. Interesting strategy. Matt Psycho also gone in, got rid of his mediums and put the super softs on. That Lexus will be lively now. He wants to get rid of Darren Salmon early doors, with Darren Salmon being on the medium tyres. Jim One Wise there up into 8th, I assume. He did not pit. Jokers in 9th. I've got to go back because it looks like there's going to be a move here. I do want to show you who is where, but I've got to keep an eye out for this racing. Oh, in the chat, we've had some chat. I don't expect people around, but yeah. Skyjack has said hello. IRG has said good morning, buddy. Hello, guys. And there you go. Sorry, Matt Psycho, straight past Darren Salmon. He needed to do it though. He needed to do it with those super softs on. He needs to make hay. There goes Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien into the pits. Can he beat Liam Anfield? Liam Anfield had a super outlap, and there he goes. Liam Anfield, boom. Kaboom. And Homesick Alien sitting in his wake with, though, a lap fresher tyres. So come the end of their stint, that might play into it. We're on lap 7 now. Stevie Styler there in 3rd, hunting them down in the Lexus. So we've got a Honda leading, we've got a Nissan in 2nd, a Lexus in 3rd, Matt Psycho in and the 2nd Lexus in 4th place, with Darren Salmon in 5th with those medium tyres, so doing a great job. Jam on the super softs, just pitted, I believe. Come out in 6th, so he's having a super race, yeah, outlap. So he's come in, pitted, he's got out ahead of Gazman. Gazman also pitting to put on those medium tyres. They've got comparable fuels, so they've pitted for the same amount of time. Noxie in 8th, he's got rid of his mediums, he's onto the super softs. Kale also getting rid of his mediums, he's onto the super softs. It's race on now for these guys. Jim On Wise down to 10th. He's pitted, put on the super softs. Jokers has pitted. He's going for a medium stint now. And Mika Wivery, she's making her way round. Not comfortable with the track being backwards. Like I said, it does catch some people out. They're not used to them that way around. Liam Anfield leading from Homesick Alien. He's posted a 24.9. Homesick Alien, it was an outlap, but he's dead on the tail of Liam Anfield, giving Liam Anfield something really harsh to think about here. I think this will be a perfect time to have a look at this track whilst sat on board with the Alien, chasing down the Red Bull Honda. And I'll get a slurpee of my coffee. Downhill down here, braking, going slightly left, then tight right. Liam Anfield out on the dirt, giving Homesick Alien a little boost, getting a toe up the hill, coming down to the long sweeping right hand corner, just keeps going round and round. He's full throttling in the Nissan. Looks like the Honda dealt with the corner a little bit better, pulling away out of the corner. Homesick Alien staying with him. Little lift across the curbs. Heavy braking for this corner down to 4th. Coming around to start. Is it start? No. Yeah, to start lap 9. Liam Anfield still leading from Homesick Alien, with Stevie Styler there in 3rd place. Matt Psycho up to 4th place now, with Darren Salmon in 5th. Jam there in 6th after his pit stop, ahead of Gasman 7th. Noxie is in 8th place. And that is virtually a lap. We'll go into the hairpin. I don't know if we saw the hairpin on board. Heavy into the braking, looks like Liam Anfield going out a little bit wide. Homesick Alien taking a shorter cut through the corner. Looks like he's catching him up a little bit. Liam Anfield a lap longer on these tyres, so already these tyres are 4 laps old. This is their 4th lap. Changed them after 5 the first time round, remember, so they might be getting a bit long in the tooth. He did a 24.8 his last time around. Homesick Alien did a 24.8 also, so there's nothing between these two on lap 9. Stevie Styler 24.9, he's on their pace as well. He's not far behind, following them through. There's Matt Psycho in 4th. He's pulled away. Oh, Jam's got ahead of Gasman. Now Gasman looks like he's under threat from Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon on the medium. No, Gasman's on the super soft, so I don't know if... Oh, maybe Gasman's got ahead of Darren Salmon, sorry. How are the leaders looking? Starting lap 10, Liam Anfield. It looks like there's a blue arrow ahead, so they're coming across the first lap car. And this should be the last lap for Liam Anfield, and he only did 5 laps the first stint. Maybe he can make more out of these with less fuel on the car. It will it won't drain the tyres as quick. There's Homesick Alien in his Nissan, trying to keep up with Liam Anfield, knowing he's got a lap in hand. He's got a lap on those tyres, a fresher lap, so he's got plenty of time to make that space back. Here we see Stevie Styler now under harassment from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's last lap 24.2, with Stevie Styler's been a 26.7, so Stevie Styler struggled with a lap 10. Liam Anfield is starting to go through that S section downhill. Looks like he's pulled away from the Alien a little bit. Maybe the Alien trying to go easier on the tyres. Liam Anfield coming around the long, sweeping at a right-hand corner. They've got the blue flags are out. You can see the back marker up ahead. Homesick Alien thinking this is his opportunity. He's in the tow. They're just about to start lap 11. Matt Psycho is ahead of Stevie Styler, but Stevie Styler trying to get the tow. Jam is up into 5th ahead. Oh, Darren Salmon back ahead of... Where has Gasman gone? Gasman's dropped. Did a 26.4 on his last lap, but that's quite a big drop from Gasman. There's Liam Anfield. Is the back marker going to come into play? He's catching her up. Homesick Alien getting closer, I believe. Matt Psycho, this will be helping them if they can start squabbling. He's got... Oh, I think Liam Anfield. Has he already got past? Have they already got past her? Not quite. Liam Anfield, ooh, squeezing his way through there. It's not costing too much time. Homesick Alien. He might come across her at the wrong point in the track. It's in the mid corner. He's going to have to wait. There he goes. He's going up the inside. Ooh, there's a little contact. That's fine. Liam Anfield pulling away now. Homesick Alien. Oh, ooh. Looks like a little bit of contact there. He's put Homesick off the road, but he's back on. Oh, he's off. He's back on. Little flash. I think Nika bumped off the barrier. She's pulled off the road now. So Homesick Alien now. Oh, that wouldn't have helped. Liam Anfield's just gone across the line, and there's Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho's gone into the pits. So has Stevie Styler. Both changed their tyres. Jam coming around on his super softs. Can he get out? Yes, he's moved ahead of Stevie Styler. He thought he was out at the beginning of this race, but there is Jam up into 3rd spot. We expected Liam Anfield was going to pit on this lap. But I think the lighter fuel loads means he doesn't hurt as much with the tyres. Someone else is in the pits, it seems. It's Gazman. Gazman's gone in. I think something terrible on flat 10. 37.1 for Gazman. Why has it stayed in that position? Oh, there you go. So, and there is Jokus, 11th. So, I think we've lost someone. There's Kale in 9th, Noxie in 8th place. Who's Noxie got? Kale. Oh, Noxie's got Kale for company. Noxie on the Super Softs, up into 8th, just ahead of Kale. 2 Lexuses are fighting it out. Kale's got the fastest lap of 1:24.147. That is some cracking speed from the South African. So leading the way, there goes Liam Anfield. He's coming to the pits. Homesick Alien, we knew he had that 1 extra lap. Is he going to use it? It looks like it. He's got a push to do though. Lost a little bit of time. He's going to do an ultra in lap Jam just ahead of Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler on those fresher tyres. Jam having to move out of the way of a returning Liam Anfield, but that's just the way the pits are. Stevie Styler and Liam Anfield side by side on the track, so Stevie Styler's made a good sort of headway. Liam Anfield, did he put a bit more fuel in? It does look like he fueled up a little bit more than the other guys. He's dropped behind Stevie Styler. Jam must be getting ready for a pit stop soon. His tyres look alright, his fuel's not too bad. Homesick Alien's tyres are absolutely weary. They would like to have a rest, so we assume he's going to come into the pits next with Jam in second. There we see Stevie Styler's got it ahead of... Oh no, I think Stevie Styler was ahead of Liam Anfield, wasn't he? And Matt Psycho now catching these boys up to join the fight. This is going to be juicy. Stevie Styler, Liam Anfield's ahead. Stevie Styler in 4th, Matt Psycho in 5th place. There'll be no quarter given here. Looks like Liam Anfield had an issue with the curb, and Stevie Styler and Matt Psycho continuing to fight it out for the final podium position. We are coming up to 19 minutes in this race. Look at the racing going on behind Stevie Styler, trying to keep Liam behind. Liam up the inside. Battle Royale, and they're both off. They're both using a little bit of dirt to get through. There goes Homesick Alien into the pits. There's Jam taking the lead. Wow, Jam, we thought he was out of this race at the beginning. Matt Psycho there in 2nd. Liam Anfield up into 3rd place. There is Stevie Styler in 4th. Homesick Alien back out of the pits on Super Softs. Yeah, well, everyone's pitting behind him now. Kale's coming in. Darren Salmon's back out. He's got some Super Softs on. He's in 6th place, ahead of Gazman on his Super Softs. Jim on Wise moving up into 8th place, ahead of Noxie on the Super Softs. And there we see Kale on his Super Softs, ahead of Jokus, who's having a medium run right now. So Jam, his fuel is flashing. He's got Matt Psycho all over him in the background. Get a better view, because they're all a bit shocking. So sat on board with Matt Psycho for round 3 of the Super GT Championship, our Tuesday evening racing here at the Virtual Races Club. And what a corker we've got going on here. We've got Matt Psycho versus Jam. Jam just about to go in the pits. Matt Psycho, brand new tyres. He's all over the back of the Honda in his Lexus. He's going to go for a move up the inside on the long sweeping right hand corner. He's got Liam Anfield all in his rear view mirror, with Stevie Styler not that far behind. And there, oh, I nearly missed it. Jam flying into the pits. So Matt Psycho takes the lead, but can he? Because Liam Anfield there with Stevie Styler in 3rd. What a close 1st, 2nd and 3rd we've got there, with Homesick Alien coming around in 4th. Jam just leaving the pits now. He's going to beat Darren Salmon out, is he? He looks like he has. He's back onto the track ahead of Darren Salmon there in 6th place, with Gazman in 7th. Cal up into 8th, ahead of Noxie in 9th. 10th place for Jim on Wise. Very close to Noxie here at the moment. The Honda and the Lexus are battling it out, with Jokus in 11th for the Nissan. So Matt Psycho leading from Liam Anfield. Stevie Styler in 3rd place. Homesick Alien on fresher tyres than the guys ahead of him. What are they doing? It looks alright for Matt Psycho's Super Softs. He's getting purples. Liam Anfield on the Super Softs. They look fresh as well. Stevie Styler's also looking quite fresh. So it's an uphill climb for Homesick Alien at this point. A little bit out of sync with the pit stops. The guys ahead of him. Jam making a great leap up the grid. He's had to put medium tyres on now though. He's doing his medium stint. 21 minutes into this race. Lap 15. Jam is doing his medium run. Darren Salmon we've already seen do his medium run. So this is going to help him out no end. He needs to pump in some super laps now for Darren Salmon to get himself ahead of Jam and pull away a little bit, ready for the final pit stops. Gasman there in 7th also has done his medium tyre compound run, as we have seen. I'm pretty sure we've seen Kale. Noxie has. Pretty sure we've seen... Oh, Jim Wise is on it now. So Jim Wise putting the medium tyres on. That helps Noxie. So he's already done his medium run. He can pull away from Jim Wise. Jokers we saw was on the mediums. He's gone in. He's got rid of those. He's back out again. He's got a bit of space before he catches up Jim Wise. So leading is Matt Psycho on the super softs. He did a 23.979 the last time round. He's got a wincy bits of a bit of fuel in that car. He's getting purples again. Liam Anfield, a 24.3 his last time round. He's got a lot more fuel. He can go a lot longer than Matt Psycho. Stevie Styler will have to pit, I assume, at the end of this lap. That fuel not looking very healthy. Homesick Alien will be liking the look of that. It's super soft. Homesick Alien went 4th and got the fastest lap with a 23.440 on lap 15. I mean, I said he had to do a super out lap. He really did. Jam is under pressure now from Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon having a look. It's a tricky part to try and overtake through here. He's got the better tyre compound on. He's just got to pick his right moment to make the move. And there's Jam. He's going out wide. Darren Salmon having a think about it as they go over the start straight. Jam body checking Darren Salmon. They're having a little love tap together, letting each other know. And Jam late breaks into the corner, and he late breaks himself, and Jam looks like he's had an issue. Oh, we've seen this from Jam before. He's got the strike and the pose like someone who's lost all control over his wheel. So while Jam fumbles around fixing a wheel, we've got Matt Psycho on low fuel. Liam Anfield in 2nd place. Plenty of fuel to go, but the tyres are starting to feel the wear. Stevie Styler somewhat way behind. His tyres are feeling it, and his fuel is low. Homesick Alien, fastest man on the track, did a 23.440. He's in 4th place, not that far behind these top 3. 2 of them we definitely know have got a pit. Liam Anfield, not so much. Darren Salmon moving up ahead of Jam, with Jam's wheel issues. 6th place for Gasman. Gasman's going to have to visit the pits pretty soon. Kale, the comeback kid, we've seen him coming back from these races, looking like he's out. There's Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho has gone into the pits, so has Stevie Styler. Homesick Alien on the start straight. Can he beat the guys? And he has done. Matt Psycho having to fill up with fuel. So is Stevie Styler. Darren Salmon, how far behind he is? He's just getting on the start straight now. Matt Psycho's on the move. He's up into 3rd spot, and there goes Stevie Styler out onto the track in 4th. Darren Salmon, though, just going into the 1st corner. We've got some other people not nipping in. There's Gasman. So Kale moving up into 6th spot. He's got plenty of fuel. Doesn't look like he needs a pit stop just yet. Gasman there in the pits in 8th now. Jim Wise moving ahead. Jim Wise on the medium tyres, but his fuel is flashing. But he looks like he's nearly ready to bring those tyres home. Gasman coming out in 8th place ahead of Noxie on those super softs. Wow, I thought Jim Wise was behind Noxie on the mediums. Oh yeah, well, Noxie would have had to pit, wouldn't he? Noxie, yeah, pitted on lap 16. So he's hoping Jim Wise ends up back behind him. And there is Jam. He looks like he's fixed things. He's gone back in the pits. He's put his medium tyres on. He's on the roll again. Jokers in 10th place. And Jam not that far behind. Say there's 15 minutes of racing. He might be able to catch up Jokers. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. 2 minutes 30 lap time. He should get a prize for that. So Liam Anfield into the pits. Homesick Alien carrying on. Homesick Alien retaking the lead. from when he originally had it at the beginning. Liam Anfield back out on the track with his medium tyres on. Homesick Alien yet to do a medium stint. Liam Anfield slapping his mediums on, but he hasn't put fuel on. He's gone out there lightweight car, not him. Matt Psycho in third on those super softs, just under half a tank of fuel. Stevie Styler just over a quarter of a tank of fuel on those Stevie Styler tyres on his super softs. Kale up into 5th place. What did I say? Come back, kid. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel. His tyres are looking quite tasty. I think he may shuffle himself up the pack. There is Darren Salmon down in 6th on those super softs. Did a 1:35. Oh, he's pitted, sorry. Yes, he's got rid of his mediums. So he's out there now on super softs ahead of Gazman. He's not 100 miles ahead. Gazman did a 26.7. That was his outlap. So we haven't got a true idea of Gazman's pace in this stint. Jim on Wise in 8th place. He's just pitted. He's come out ahead of Noxie. So Noxie has got to crack on, head down, catch up Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise doing the 26, mid 26s before his pit stop. And Noxie's done 28. Oh no, that's an outlap, a 27. Noxie really has fueled up. Noxie proper fueled up. So Jim on Wise will be in the pits a lot sooner than Noxie. Joker's out there ahead of Jam. We think Jam's catching him up quite quickly though. Homesick Alien leading the way by his tyre. That front left tyre is grizzly as hell. So we assume he will be coming into the pits at the end of this lap because he must be gliding that car around. Matt Psycho and Liam Anfield having a fight. I missed it, I apologise. So sat on board, not quite, with Matt Psycho, recently pitted. He's gone a 23.5. He's looking like he's going to make a move on the Honda. Coming out the corner, ferocious move. Fantastic stuff from the Lexus driver. Liam Anfield though waiting for an opportunity to come back. Oh, there you go, Liam Anfield on the medium tyres. That will explain a lot for Matt Psycho. Quickly catching him up. Homesick Alien will be loving this, but Homesick Alien still having to do a medium stint where Matt Psycho has already run his mediums. So has Stevie Styler. Looking good for these two. Kale also has run his medium stint. Where is Liam Anfield? There is Homesick Alien into the pits, presumably to put his medium tyres on. We've got 11 minutes left of the race. It's going to be tight. Maybe he's going to run the last 11 minutes on mediums. But there is Matt Psycho, super softs leading the way with Liam Anfield in 2nd spot on his medium tyres. Stevie Styler moving up into 3rd place on his super softs. And there is Homesick Alien on his medium tyres. So 5 laps would equate to probably about 10 minutes. So yes, he's going to make those mediums last all the way till the end. How far ahead? The end. How far ahead of Kale is? Kale's got some work to do, but he could catch up the Alien in the next 10 minutes. Darren Salmon in 6th on super softs. He's done a 24.6, so he's on a good pace. It looks like Kale probably will have to pit, so Darren Salmon will move ahead of Kale. Gazman there. He's done a 24.9 his last time round. Darren Salmon a 24.6. So Darren Salmon, great pace from the Nissan driver. Before feeling buoyant from this race. Darren Salmon, he missed the first round and he got an 11th and 12th at the last round. So this will be feeling a lot better for him. Matt Psycho leading on his super soft, just under a quarter of a tank of fuel left in the tank. It's just posted a 24.1. There we see Jokers coming out of the pit lane. Liam Anfield coming across Jokers. Is he going to get in his way? No, he's gone out wide. Liam Anfield posting a 25.5 on those medium tyres. So Stevie Styler 24.5 on his super softs, but him and Matt Psycho haven't got enough fuel to get to the end, nor has Liam Anfield. He only put enough in for the 5 laps. 1, 2, 3. He's on his 4th lap. He's got to do another lap after this, presumably. There we see Kale. We said Kale will have to come in the pits. He's come back out behind Gazman in 7th place, ahead of Noxie. Quite a way. So Noxie in a battle with Jim One Wise, and it looks like Jim Wise has dropped back a little bit from Noxie. Jokus just behind them. Jam still not catching up. Jokus. Jam. Oh, he's pitted. That's why he's pitted. He's put the super softs on. He's not too far behind. Matt Psycho then leading the way. That fuel will not see him till the end. That fuel will not see Liam Anfield to the end, but he should do another lap. It's 5 laps on the medium compound, so he should stay out again. Can his fuel allow it? Of course. Stevie Styler there, great 3rd place, but his fuel is now flashing. Homesick Alien, he's doing his medium run now, but it looks like all 3 guys ahead of him will have to pit. He's quite a way behind him though. Is it enough? Matt Psycho's bolted. He really has disappeared. They're coming through some lapped cars. Homesick Alien, he's got a nice clear path ahead of him. Darren Salmon in a great 5th place, but I can see Gazman in the distance. Gazman at 25.3 his last time around, but Darren Salmon at 25.1. So Darren Salmon faster at the moment than Gazman. He's got all the answers. Gazman keeps asking the questions. Darren Salmon has the answers. Kale there in 7th. He's got the fresher tyres than the pair ahead of him, so he will be on a big push. He can see 2 places possibly in front, and Noxie there in 8th place ahead of Jim Wise. Joker still ahead of Jam. Jam pushing for all his might. He's not too far behind the Jokers. Matt Psycho's still leading. He's not coming to the pitch yet. They're just coming around the last corner. I am assuming Matt Psycho is going to dip in for his final pit stop. That fuel won't see him till the end. He's come in. So Liam Anfield also doing his 5 laps on his medium tyres. He pops in as well, as so does Stevie Styler. Homesick Alien, how far behind is he? Can Matt Psycho make it back out? Matt Psycho already travelling. Homesick Alien there only just getting on the start straight. So Matt Psycho out ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien is coming out around the same time as Stevie and Liam Anfield. They've got to fight it out for the final podium position, while Homesick Alien is keeping his head down on those medium tyres. Those guys are behind him, they're on the super soft, so they are going to be super fast. So Homesick Alien hoping that they just race each other into a slow pace. Behind them we can see Cales come up into 5th place. Darren Salmon had to come in and do another stop so drop back to 6th. Gazman also making another stop, dropping back into 7th. Noxie 8th, a little bit behind those guys. Think it's too much to do from here. Jim Wise in 9th. Jokers in 10th. Jam right behind him in 11th if they're not fighting at the front. But they are. Liam Anfield and Stevie Styler haven't decided on the podium yet. We're on board. Are we? We're on board with Stevie Styler chasing down Liam Anfield for that final podium position. Both of them on super soft tyres, catching up Homesick Alien. I can see Homesick Alien trying to break the toe of Liam Anfield. He can't do anything about it. He's on these medium tyres. There's still 5 minutes left of racing. Can he hold them off? Liam Anfield throwing everything at him. Stevie Styler sitting back, waiting to see how this goes. There's Homesick Alien out wide on those medium tyres. Liam Anfield looking to make the move. He's alongside him. I don't think there's anything Homesick can do to defend. He's on the inside though. Homesick Alien maintaining that inside line. Can Liam Anfield ease it up the inside of Homesick Alien? Not quite. And there is Stevie Styler right up the butt ski of these 2 competitors. Sorry. Homesick Alien then having to drive so defensive for so long. Can he manage it with Liam Anfield on those brand new sticky super soft tyres? But Liam Anfield has to be mindful that Stevie Styler is there in the distance. Well, not even that much of a distance. There's Liam Anfield. It looks like he's got the drive on Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien has lost the inside line, and that is it. Home dry. So Liam Anfield says thank you very much. Homesick Alien gave it all he got, captain, but he just couldn't keep him behind. Can he keep Stevie Styler behind? Can he keep that podium position? Meanwhile, Matt Psycho, cheerio, adios, I'm off ski. And there is Liam Anfield in that new second spot he rightly fought for. Homesick Alien hoping to keep Stevie Styler behind, but Stevie Styler also on the super fresh tyres will be fighting to get that position back. Is that there our winner of race 1 of round 3? Oh no, we haven't run out of time. Why am I talking like it's the last lap? I got all excited then. We've still got quite a way to go. Poor Homesick. He's got to fight off Stevie Styler for a couple of laps yet. And there comes Stevie Styler trying to get that inside line. It's all about the inside line here. Stevie Styler. God, I don't know. For some reason got it into my head we were on our last lap. So Stevie Styler, he's gone for it. Did a play the dummy. And he's just threw it up the inside of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien dropping down to 4th spot on those medium tyres, and all he's got to hope is that the guys ahead of him lose the medium tyres. Oh, although he's losing, I mean, lose them super softs while he can maintain some drivability in those mediums. Kale, luckily for Homesick, I think Kale is way too far behind to make any impact with 3 minutes left of racing. Kale did a 24.5 his last time around. Homesick Alien a 25.9. It's not beyond all realms that Kale could quite catch Homesick Alien up in this race. Darren Salmon there in 6th. He's got to be happy with this race, but Darren's Gasman a 24.0 for Gasman last time around, and Darren Salmon a 24.2, so only 2 tenths slower than Gasman. These two have matched each other all race, the Nissan and the Honda. Noxie there in 8th ahead of Jim on Wise. Jam did get past Jokers, we missed that, I apologise. And Jokers just getting lapped by Stevie Styler in that 3rd spot. Whilst Homesick Alien coming around for 4th. Kale, again, another great race, slipping up through the pack with great strategy to get in the top 5. I've been holding that Red Bull for ages, I wanted to have a sip. So here comes Matt Psycho. We're at 38 minutes. I peaked too early, didn't I? I got all excited. Now the race is sort of chilled. So Matt Psycho ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield pulled a 24.1. Seeing if I can see who's got the fastest lap. Matt Psycho's fastest is a 23.5. Liam Anfield's is a 24.1. Stevie Styler's a 24.2. Homesick Alien, he was the last person I saw had the fastest lap. Kale a 23.9. Darren Salmon a 24.2. How's Darren Salmon doing? A 24.7 his last time around. Gasman a 24.1. So Gasman slowly pulling in Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon's got to keep his head in the game. Noxie there in 8th. He's a bit too far behind those guys to make a difference. Jim on Wise spaced out. And Jam is a little bit too far back to make any indent into that. The fuel's flashing, but we're less than a minute left of the race. This will be Matt Psycho's last lap, lap 28 for round 3 of the Super GTs here at Yamagawa Reverse. And what a race we had. It was a blinder if you ask me, with Matt Psycho. It was at the back of the pack for quite a while on his medium tyres. And he's just slowly shuffled his way up to the front. Liam Anfield, an early leader, taking it up from Homesick Alien. Stevie Styler, always been there. He started on mediums as well, so it was a good strategy. Matt Psycho is coming around. Final few corners. How is Darren Salmon? Darren Salmon still ahead of Gasman. All looking good. Jim on Wise is finished. Jam will be finishing soon. So here comes Matt Psycho coming around the final corner to take the win. Well done, Matt Psycho. His first win here in the Super GTs. Liam Anfield coming across to take second place. Fantastic stuff. Stevie Styler, the last podium. Take a boo, my son. There's Homesick Alien. What could have been, what was so close. He's got a good 4th though. Kale from nowhere came up to 5th. Oh, sorry, Kale. There he goes. Comes up to 5th. Darren Salmon coming around to finish ahead of Gasman, but it is close between the two of them. Darren Salmon maintaining that 6th spot. What a race between Gasman and Darren. Gasman in 7th, and Noxie is the last one not to cross the line. He's just coming up towards the final corner. He finished ahead of Jim on Wise in a cracking 8th place. As he comes around the final corner, I will pause it. There you go. Wow, Noxie asked them final set of tyres to go quite a way for him. So, your winner of round 3, race 1 here at Coyote Driving Park, Yamagawa 2, is Matt Psycho. And previously, he only finished in the 2nd race of the first round in podium position 3rd. Then he got a 2nd and a 3rd at the last round at Autopolis, and now he's got to win. He's got to win in this championship. He's put his hat into the ring. 2nd place for Liam Anfield. What a comeback after sitting the last round out. He got a 2nd and a win in the first round. Well, I think that he might have lost the win. I just write them down as what the race results are. I don't write down the adjusted ones after the steward, sorry. So Liam Anfield, provisional 2nd spot. 3rd place for Stevie Styler. We haven't seen him on the podium. He had an 8th and a 6th and a 4th and an 8th the last 2 rounds. And now he's got a podium. Taste that, Chappers. There is 4th place, Homesick Alien. Saw him coming across Mika Wivery as he was chasing Liam Anfield down. Cost him a few seconds, but I think in the end it probably didn't affect his final result. Who knows though? But a great 4th. I mean, that's his top finish so far. He got a 9th and an 8th first round, 8th and a 10th second round. So a 4th spot. It's moving in the right direction. Here's our man Kale with a great 5th place. Came from nowhere. He's 2nd in the championship, I believe, isn't he? And he's had a 6th, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 5th, and now another 5th. 6th for Darren Salmon. Missed the first round. Got 11th and 12th the round before. And now he's got himself a 6th. So he'll be well pleased with that, I assume. Then we have a 7th for a Gasman. I know it's like I'm going through them for you, giving you a little rundown. I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm writing them down on a bit of paper. They've probably all been blurry. 7th for Gasman. He's had previously he had a 5th in the first round, and he's had a 6th in the last round. So 7th. It's around his spot. He'll be wanting to move it up a notch. Noxie in 8th place, and we've got Noxie at the moment sitting. Where is he on my bit of paper? He's right near the top. 8th place. We've had some good results. 7th and 11th in the first round. 5th and 7th last time round at Autopolis. Now 8th. It's good points positions. 9th for Jim One Wise. That's his highest spot so far this season in this championship. This brand new championship. The birth of. There is Jam. Oh, it wasn't a good race for Jam. 10th, equaling his 2nd race in the first round. He got 10th there as well. I think he had wheel issues. Not real, steering wheel issues. And Jokus grabbing 11th, his highest finish. Finished 13th and 14th, the last 2 rounds, respectively. And they're 11th. So, we'll let Noxie cross the line with his very worn tyres, and we will crack on with race 2, which is a rolling reverse grid of those results. So Joker should be on pole. Now let's see if this really does work, because I also loaded up race 2 before broadcast, so let's see if that loads ultra quick rather than sat here for half an hour waiting for them to load up. I'll turn the volume up on my iPad, see if I'm still coming through. Yeah, there I am. It's a long... Oh, there, Racer Brown in the chat saying morning. Oh, they've probably been and gone. I haven't even looked round at the iPad. Just cracking on. Well, that race was quite... There was a lot happening. So, Couldn't peel my eyes away. So there we see Jokus on the pole for this reverse rolling grid. Jam in second. Can he keep his wheel together for this second race? Let's get rid of the big baldy numbers. Let's go and look at Jokus as he is on pole. And they are... Oh, in this race, race 2, they use the racing soft compound and the racing hard compound. So Jokus on soft, Jam's on soft, Jim Wise is on soft, Noxie's on soft, Gazman's on the hards, Darren Salmon is on the soft, Kale's gone for hards, Homesick's gone for hards, Stevie Styler, Liam Anfield soft, Matt Psycho has gone for hards. So there they go, they have gone now. Jokus, wow, Jam early doors goes flying in on Jokus. Absolutely late on those brakes. There goes Jim Wise, he's lost the back of the Honda, so the field can plough him by. Jam there then taking the lead of this race ahead of Jokus. Noxie there in third place, Gazman fourth, Darren Salmon. Gazman was on the hard tyre as well. Noxie on the soft, the other top three are all on the soft compound. Darren Salmon gone for also softs. So where, oh, Gazman's dropped down to fifth now, behind Darren Salmon, I think. Oh, so Gazman, this battle continues from race 1 between these two, but Darren Salmon on those... No, Darren Salmon's on the soft, so Gazman's doing an amazing job keeping up with the back of Darren Salmon. Meanwhile, Liam Anfield is already up into 6th spot, Holmes Galian in 7th, Stevie Styler in 8th, Kale in 9th, Matt Psycho in 10th, and Jim on Wise, we saw him losing it on the curb in 11th. Jam leading from Noxie. Noxie's now got ahead. Oh no, it looks like we've lost Jokus. Looks like Jokus had an issue. There, he was following Jam quite nice and close. He's gone out wide. That's what's happened to Jokus. Poor Jokus. On those soft tyres, he's gone out real wide. And then he's dropped down to about 8th place, was it? Looks like Matt Psycho and Kale having a blinder, is it? Jim on Wise just behind as they go past Jokus. Jokus dropping down to 10th. Kale down in 11th, so it looks like Kale's had an issue as well. Well, that's Kale's style. He's on the hard tyres, remember. So Jam pulling away from Noxie. He's got himself a bit of a gap. Noxie did a 32.3. Jam doing a 30.7. So Jam absolutely flying to try and make amends for that first race. Darren Salmon going out wide. He's up into 3rd place. I don't know who we've lost. Liam Anfield up into 4th. Gazman there in 5th. So Gazman's dropped a little bit away from Darren Salmon. Holmes Galian up 6th. Stevie Styler is in 7th. Jim on Wise there up into 8th. Matt Psycho 9th. Joker's 10th. I don't think we've lost anyone. I don't know. Darren Salmon having a fantastic race, but Liam Anfield's here to ruin it for him. He's on the soft tyre. Darren Salmon also on the soft tyre. Yeah, it was Gazman on the hards. So Holmes Galian also on the hard. Stevie Styler on the hard. This is the second fight. Jim on Wise on the softs with Matt Psycho on the hards. Joker softs. And Kale is also on the hards. Jam trying to make hay then while he can. He's pulled away from Noxie, and Noxie has really pulled away from Gazman. Gazman now attacking Liam Anfield. No, sorry, Liam Anfield attacking Gazman. Gazman's got ahead of Darren Salmon somewhere along the way. So Gazman up into 4th, ahead of Darren Salmon. Holmes Galian just trailing these guys. And Liam Anfield trying to catch up that pack ahead because he's in the wrong race. He's racing the hard-tired guys. And he wants to be up here racing the soft-tired guys. So Jam crossing line with a 25.0. Showing him how he's done. Noxie a 25.4. Liam Anfield getting through that traffic with a 26.5. Gazman on the hard compound at 27.3 he managed. With Darren Salmon a 28.1. Holmes Galian's managed a 27.0. There we see Stevie Styler and Jim on Wise dicing together, giving Matt Psycho an opportunity to come in and have a look at what's on the go. Stevie Styler on the outside and Jim on Wise makes it stick. He's up into 7th on those softs. Stevie Styler on the hard tyres. Jokus, Matt Psycho and Jokus piling on to Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler really struggling with that hard compound. Only 5 laps they have to do on it, remember, and they're on lap 3 already. Jam pulling away from Noxie and the rest of the pack, but here comes Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield is pushing like hell. He needs to keep them in sight up ahead, and Gazman doing the best job of the hard tired riders. He's up there, he's keeping Liam Anfield in sight. There we see, I'm not sure if that's Homesick on Darren Salmon. I think it is Darren Salmon, the 28-1, 27-0 for Homesick Alien. So Darren Salmon struggling in the early stage of this race, while that Nissan is heavy on fuel. Homesick Alien giving him something to think about, whilst they've got Jim on Wise not far behind them. Just checking that the sound's working. It is. You can hear me. And that is some fantastic racing there. Darren Salmon maintaining that 5th place ahead of Homesick, but Homesick's coming back at him. Darren Salmon's out wide, giving Homesick Alien the opportunity to get up the inside on those hard tyres. Now Jim and Wise joining in with this battle. Darren Salmon moving back ahead on those on the soft tyres and pulling away in the corner, with Homesick Alien having Jim on Wise attacking him now on his soft tyres. Stevie Styler in 8th ahead of Matt Psycho. Joker's 10th ahead of Kale, who is in 11th spot. It's all go, go, go. Jam, lovely, pulling away. He hasn't got the fastest lap, but he's doing nice, consistent 25s, early 25s. Liam Anfield, 24.7 his last time around. He is pushing the wheel nuts off that car, sorry. Gazman there in 3rd, 27.3 is last time around. He's on the hard tyres. He's doing a great job ahead of Darren Salmon in 4th, who's now got Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise managed to get past the Alien. Now the Alien is being caught up by Stevie Styler. And Matt Psycho is coming along for fun also. Some great racing out there. Noxie looks like he's had an issue, has he? Down in 10th? He was up there, wasn't he? That's the guy I'm missing up the other end, I think. But I don't know why he's down in 10th. Looks like he must have had an issue somewhere. And there we see Kale in 11th. Looks like he's had an issue also. So Jam leading the way, getting purples, a 25.4. Liam Anfield's, oh, he's done 2 24s in a row. So his pace is better. The 2 Honda drivers out in front. 3 Honda drivers in the top 3 at the moment, with the Nissan in 4th, Honda in 5th, Nissan in 6th, Lexus in 7th. So that's the top Lexus driver, Stevie Styler, ahead of Matt Psycho. These two battling it out on the hard tyres. Stevie Styler managing a 27.8 his last time round. Matt Psycho 27.3. So Matt Psycho slightly faster than Stevie Styler at this point in the race. And we will see. It's lap 5 now. That I assume they're just going to disappear into the pits. They were doing about 5 laps, 6 laps on the super softs. I wonder how long the softs can go for. There goes Jam crossing the line for lap 6. Liam Anfield carrying on. Here comes Gazman. It's lap 5. Is he going to just get shot? He is. He's in. Darren Salmon staying out. Jim on Wise carrying on the softs. Matt Psycho, all the hard cars are coming in to shed those tyres. Noxie there on those soft tyres. He's just too far out of reach of the pit stopping hard tyre cars. So Jam carries on with Liam Anfield in tow. 24.7 for Jam last time round. Liam Anfield at 25.3. So Jam edging it a little bit against Liam Anfield. Darren Salmon under threat from Jim on Wise. Someone put, after Jim on Wise's first lap issue with the curb, dropping back, he has come back with a vengeance in this race. A 26.1 his last time around against Darren Salmon's 25.8. So it must have been this lap. Darren Salmon made a small mistake maybe, because it looks like Jim on Wise has caught him up somewhat. Gazman there, he's got rid of the hard tyres. He's ahead of the rest of the guys. Jokus moving up into 6th place. on his softs without a pit stop. Homesick Alien breaking in a new set of softs with Stevie Styler and Matt Psycho both on soft tyres just behind him. Noxie there in 10th with Kale back there in 11th spot. There's some fantastic racing. We're nearly 9 minutes into this 40-minute race. Alan Sykes in the, or Alan Psycho should I say, in the chat says morning guys. So Jam leading the way on the soft tyres, yet to pit. It's lap 7. He's ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield at 26.5 last time round, 26 dead for Jam. So Jam handling the wear better. Looks like Liam Anfield, he got those 2 fast tyres, but he's burnt his tyres doing it. There is Darren Salmon. His tyres looking a lot better than the Hondas. Jim on Wise, yes, it looks like the Honda, burning the tyres a little bit more. Gasman, he's got some fresh softs on after his hard compound run, and he can see the 2 guys ahead of him. He's catching them up. So Darren Salmon up into 3rd with Jim on Wise closely behind. I'll get on board with Jim on Wise in his Honda as we chase Darren Salmon's Nissan around here at the Coyote Driving Park, Yamagawa reverse for the Super GT Championship run on a Tuesday night for the Virtual Racers Club. What an intense race. Well, what an intense championship this has been. The first 2 rounds, they're on YouTube. They're absolutely a fandango. And this round is turning out to be a bellissimo as well. The leaders are into the pits. There goes Jam. He's in and he's out. Back on the softs. There is, oh, where is Liam Anfield? Liam Anfield back out into 2nd onto the softs. He's topped up with fuel a lot more than Jam. Gasman moving up into 3rd spot. Homesick Alien in 4th. Stevie Styler in 5th with Matt Psycho in 6th. Darren Salmon has put the hard tyres on. He's put the hard tyres on. Jim on Wise, he's stuck to the softs. So Jim on Wise, they've changed, they've got different tactics. Jim on Wise sticking with the soft tyres, while Darren Salmon is going to do his 5-lap stint on those hard tyres, with Noxie not terribly far behind. Noxie, but his tyres are starting to look a little bit worn. Joker's there in 10th place, and Kale trailing in 11th, but he's got the fastest lap at 24.2. So Kale absolutely on the pace today. Just looks like lap 2 was an absolute nightmare for him with a 143.3. So Jam leading on his outlap ahead of Liam Anfield's. We think the Honda, well, we think the Honda of Liam Anfield burns his tyres a little bit more than Jam, so he can make an early attack. They've got a big gap because Liam Anfield fueled up. Liam Anfield did fuel up a lot more than Jam, but Jam can make his tyres last a bit more. In 3rd, distant 3rd really, is Gasman, and he's got Homesick Alien all over the back of him. Homesick Alien, he pitted on lap 6, oh no, lap 5 to get rid of his hard compound. He's done a 24.3 and a 24.5 the last time around. Gasman pitted also on lap 5 because he was carrying the hard tyres, but Gasman's getting purples. Did a 24.9 on lap 7 and a 26.0 that last time around. That's what's given Homesick Alien the opportunity to ride up to the back of the Gasman's Honda. Matt Psycho is ahead of Stevie Styler. We missed that, I apologise. A 24.7 last time from Matt Psycho, with Stevie Styler doing a 25.1. So Matt Psycho managing to get ahead of his fellow Lexus driver Stevie Styler in the Zingray liveried Lexus. There is Jim on Wise after his pit stops. He's put the soft tyres on. He's trying to get some distance from Darren Salmon. That's literally who he's racing. Darren Salmon doing mid-30s on those hard tyres. Jim on Wise, ooh, his last 2 laps haven't been that fancy. So Darren Salmon liking that, keep him in touch. Noxie in 9th, still not pitted yet. Well, yeah, he pitted, when did he pit? Lap 4 it looks like. So he's carrying on. Those tyres starting to look quite worn for Noxie. 10th place there for Jokers. He's on his hard compound. And Kale, we saw going absolutely blisteringly fast. He's lost that fastest lap now though. So Jam, 24.5 for Jam. Last time around, he's got a lovely gap from Liam Anfield, but Liam Anfield, even with the weight, with the extra fuel, he's managed a 24.195. So Liam Anfield absolutely flying today. On a faster pace than Jam, but can he keep his tyres intact long enough to attack the Jam? Gazman there in 3rd place. We saw he was under pressure from Homesick Alien. Looks like he's built himself a buffer. He's pulled away a little bit. He did a 24.5 last time round. Homesick Alien a 24.9, so 4 tenths slower than Gazman. And it's giving Gazman a little bit of breathing space. Meanwhile, Matt Psycho, who was behind Stevie Styler, managed to get past Stevie Styler. He's pulling away from Stevie Styler and assumably catching up with Homesick Alien. So that's a little tantalising fight we've got coming up. We're 14.5 minutes into this 40-minute race. Just starting lap 11. Looks like Matt Psycho off to the pits. Interesting. Doesn't look like he needs tyres, but he's decided to go in. Jim Wise carrying on. He's up into 6th place. So Matt Psycho back out in 7th, ahead of Darren Salmon, who is on the hard tyres, a 28.7 from Darren Salmon last time round. That's a good lap time on the hard tyres. Jim Wise a 25.6. That's what he wants. He needs those high 25 laps to pull some distance off of Darren Salmon before the pit stops. So Jam, ooh, he's off the roads. He's still leading, 24.9 from Jam last time around. He's still got a nice little gap from Liam Anfield, but well, the fuel's not too much difference. Say Liam Anfield put a lot more fuel in. Liam Anfield pulling out those 24s again. He cares little about his tyres. He likes the speed more than the grip. So Gazman still in 3rd spot, ahead of Homesick Alien for the time being, but Homesick Alien chipping away. Chipping away at Gazman's time. These two were teammates in the GTMC. That's up for sign up, but I think it's filled. But I think they're thinking about doing a 2nd tier, so there may still be some sign ups in our Discord for the next Tuesday night league, which will be the GTMC. There we see Gazman and Homesick Alien pitting at the same time. Pit crew v pit crew. Stevie Styler also coming in. And Matt Psycho already pitted, did he? No. So Matt Psycho carries on in 4th. Jim Wise up into 3rd. So Jam there. He hasn't come in. He stayed out with Liam Anfield carrying on. Jim Wise up into 3rd with Matt Psycho in 4th. I'm confused as to why Matt Psycho's in 4th. Thought he was higher than that. No, because Homesick Alien was in 4th. Matt Psycho was behind Homesick Alien, so Matt Psycho not that far ahead of Homesick Alien. Did he pit? Is that 128.9 a pit stop? I thought that seemed too... No, that's too quick for a pit stop. 32.2 would be his pit stop, so maybe Matt Psycho pitted. He's got himself past Jim Wise and up into 3rd place. His tyres do look quite new, do Matt Psycho, so he may have pitted a lap earlier than these guys on lap 10. I'm not sure. Yeah, he did. I saw him going in. So Matt Psycho pitting earlier. He's moved himself up into 3rd spot. There goes Liam Anfield with that extra fuel. He's using it for later in the race. Jam carrying on. We're on lap 13 now. Liam Anfield back out of the pits, way ahead of Matt Psycho. He's going for his hard run though now, so Matt Psycho will be chasing him down. Jim Wise in an awesome position in 4th place, hunting down Matt Psycho, who's on fresher tyres. The 24.8 is last time round in Matt Psycho in the Lexus. The Honda of Jim Wise 26.2, but he is on the tail of Matt Psycho with Homesick Alien not far behind him, getting purples on his soft tyres. Oh, he's caught up Jim Wise. Looks like Jim Wise, but then he's out off on the curb. Stevie Styler looks like he's got his hands full with Gazman. Gazman, after his pit stop, has come out behind Stevie Styler. So he came in at the same time as Homesick. Stevie Styler split them up. Stevie Styler He's on the soft compound. He's done his hard run already, all of these guys. Homesick, Homesick, Stevie Styler, Gazman. Darren Salmon's doing his hard run now. He's probably about ready to take them off. I can't see when he pitted. Maybe could have been 5 laps ago, but you would think Darren Salmon is ready to get rid of those tyres. So Jam, who has not done a hard run yet so far, is leading the race. We've got Liam Anfield on his hard compounds now. Jim Wise just dropped into the pits. So Homesick Alien moves up to 4th. Stevie Styler moving up into 5th. Gazman moving up into 6th. Can Darren Salmon get ahead of Jim Wise? Who knows? But no, Darren Salmon has come in to get rid of those hard tyres. So there's about a pit stop apart from Jim Wise and Darren Salmon. We'll have a quick look. There we go. There's Jim Wise. He's out. And Darren Salmon joining on those soft tyres. Joker's going in to get rid of his hard tyres. Noxie is on the hard tyres at the moment. He's only just gone onto them though. So he's got 5 laps of pain. Jam hasn't pitted still. Rest of the field pretty much has. Liam Anfield, like I said, out there on his hard tyre run, with Matt Psycho already doing his hard tyre run at the beginning of the race, doing the fastest lap on lap 13 with a 23.628. He's absolutely destroying the times out there, and he's catching up Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield with, yeah, it looks like he's only on his 2nd lap of those hard tyres. Matt Psycho already catching him up. No end. Homesick Alien in view behind, and there you see Stevie Styler appearing round the corner ahead of Gazman. Gazman going across the line, doing a 25.0. Stevie Styler a 24.2. So Stevie Styler a little bit faster than Gazman at this point. There's Jim Wise after his pit stop. He's put the hard compound on now. He's had to put the hard compound on, and now Darren Salmon has got the soft compound on, and he is not that far behind, only a straight behind Jim Wise. So I think Jim Wise, by the end of his 5-lap stint on those tyres, is going to find Darren Salmon all over the back of him. Noxie a little bit further back than them. He's doing his hard run now, so Jokus will be trying to catch him up after doing his hard run already. Leading the way, now his fuel is flashing, so Jam will have to come in at some point. We're over halfway through the race. We're 21 minutes into the race. Liam Anfield has got now Matt Psycho for company. We'll go on board with Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's fuel is flashing. Matt Psycho's fuel is flashing. He may have to pit. He may have to pit in the next lap or so. Jam, can he get back out before these guys catch him up? He's stationary. He didn't need to put too much fuel in. Is he going to put hard tyres on? Here comes Liam Anfield down the start straight. Jam, it's saying he's down to 3rd, but no, he's back up and he's out before these guys. But he has got to do 5 laps on those hard tyres. He needs Liam Anfield to do the impossible and keep Matt Psycho behind him. But Matt Psycho is on a charge, and he is looking for a way past Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield doing anything but Liam Anfield from wide. That gives Matt Psycho the opportunity to get through. No, Matt Psycho I think may have lifted because it may have been a bump. And now Homesick Alien is being opportunist. He's going around the outside of Liam Anfield whilst Liam Anfield fighting with Matt Psycho. And now Matt Psycho up into 3rd spot. Homesick Alien is chasing down Jam, but Homesick Alien's tyres are looking quite worn. Matt Psycho needs to come into the pits also. Liam Anfield trying to hold him up, but there's just nothing left. He's got no grip in that car. He is on his... He's only on his 4th lap. He's got another lap to do on those tyres, and he's just seeing the rest of the field running away. But Jam will have the same issue pretty soon. Here comes Gazman now to catch up Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield's got to do all this work, retaking these guys on track. And it's going to be a huge feat to do. Gazman not quite doing it yet. He's on the soft tyres though. Liam Anfield will be so pleased in a lap's time that he can come in and get rid of these tyres. There is a Jam just finishing his outlap on those hard tyres. He's not that far ahead of Homesick Alien. There goes Gazman and Matt Psycho both into the pits. And Liam Anfield can take a sigh of relief that he's got that monkey off his back. So Jam absolutely chugging it on those hard tyres, but he's got Homesick Alien catching him up, but Homesick Alien's out wide, and that's Stevie Styler going through. Stevie Styler has gone through up into second spot. Homesick Alien's dropping down to fourth because Liam Anfield was there to tidy up the shards of what happened to Homesick Alien. So Homesick Alien there in fourth place. He was on a push, but those tyres, you can see his front left is absolutely torn to pieces. So Jam leading the way on those hard tyres, trying to get through these 5 laps as quickly as possible. Stevie Styler, his fuel is flashing. He is going to have to pit to take on some more fuel. We're 24 minutes into this 40-minute race, and it has been non-stop action. Homesick Alien spark flying off the side of his Nissan as he leads on the barrier to get around the corner, pushing with everything he's got, with no grip in that Nissan. It's virtually a GR boat at this point in the race. Matt Psycho, after his pit stop, doing his best to catch up with Gazman, not that far behind Matt Psycho. In all fairness, someone's into the pits. It's Stevie Styler. There goes Homesick Alien as well. Well, I thought Liam, no, has Liam got one more to do on them tyres? Has he? I thought that was it. I thought he'd done his 5 laps. So Liam Anfield staying out there longer on the hard tyres, maybe longer than he needs to, or maybe this is his last lap. I'm not working out his pits. I want to say it's lap 12. So this will make it his 6th lap on those hard tyres, but I'm not overly sure. This is Jam's 3rd lap already on those tyres. I can't see where his pit stop would be. I'd say it was lap 12. So Liam Anfield staying out there on the hard tyres for an extra long time. Jam did a 26.2 the last time on these hard tyres. Not bad pace. Liam Anfield a 26.2 also. Matt Psycho out there at 25.5. That was his out lap. This will be more realistic, this next lap that he does. Gazman up into 4th. Stevie Styler, after his pit stops, coming out ahead of the Alien in 5th. Homesick Alien down into 6th spot now. Jim Unwise in 7th. He's a little bit far back from the Alien to do anything about that. Darren Salmon. So, yeah, Darren Salmon never managed to catch up. Jim Unwise, who's on that hard compound. Liam Anfield coming into the pits, finally getting rid of those hard tyres. Jam remaining in the lead. Matt Psycho taking over 2nd spot. Gazman up into 3rd, into a podium place. There is Stevie Styler in 4th place, chasing them down. Homesick Alien in 5th now, with Liam Anfield returning to the track on the soft tyres behind Homesick Alien, who did a hard stint at the beginning. So this is a straight race between Nissan and Honda until the next stage of pit stops. Jam on his 4th lap of those hard tyres, but he's got a nice gap from Matt Psycho on his soft tyres. Gazman giving Matt Psycho something to think about. Just pulled out the fastest lap time with the 23.595. You go, Gazman, you go. Unbelievable stuff from Gazman. He's absolutely flying. Stevie Styler in 4th, pulled away from the Alien. The Alien under pressure from Liam Anfield. On board with Liam Anfield now in the car. I like it. I like the inside of that Honda. Looks like a spaceship. Just out on board with Liam Anfield in a 6th place. Any of these top 6 can take the win today, but Jam is looking good. There we see Liam Anfield getting up alongside the Alien. That Honda really good in the corners, but the Nissan so powerful along a straight. There goes Alien. He's got the inside line, and Liam Anfield just falling behind, but he's trying to come up back against the Alien now. It's a battle royale out there between these two. Liam Anfield feels like the car he's got underneath him a little bit faster than the Alien at the moment. He's on the fresher tyres. Homesick Alien, Stevie Styler, sorry, there you go. Homesick Alien and Liam Anfield are battling it out. We've got just under 12 minutes of racing left here at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagawa Reverse, for round 3 of the Super GTs here at the Virtual Racers Club. We've had some fantastic racing recently. The Bathurst 2.5 hour is well worth a watch. 2.5 hours of endurance racing around the mountain of Bathurst. Oh, here comes Liam Anfield. He's got to run on the Alien now. Can he make it stick? The Alien keeping that inside line, but Liam Anfield fancies it around the outside, and does he do it? He's got still some more road to go, and I think Homesick Alien still holding the line, but no, Liam Anfield moving ahead of the Alien. What a great overtake manoeuvre. Matt Psycho takes over the lead with Gazman moving up into 2nd spot whilst Jam pits. Stevie Styler is up into 3rd spot. We've got 11 minutes left of racing. There is Liam Anfield in 4th ahead of Homesick Alien. What a move from Liam Anfield. Jam coming out of the pits in 6th spot on those brand new tyres. Half a tank of fuel. Can he make that last till the end of this race? There is Darren Salmon in 7th, but he needs a pit stop. Jim and Wise finally going in to get rid of those hard tyres. Darren Salmon, but Darren Salmon will need to pit next lap, so it'll be close call. And Darren Salmon has yet gone for the soft tyre. Jokers, his tyres look like he need changing. He's got half a tank of fuel, but his tyres are absolutely torn apart, with Noxie not having the best race here at Yamagawa. There, Joker's heard me. He's gone in to get rid of those tyres. So Matt Psycho leading the way, but he's going to have to come into the pits. Stevie Styler also going to need to come into... Oh, Stevie Styler's got ahead of Gazman. Gazman also needing to come into the pits. It's a crazy battle out there between Stevie Styler and Gazman. Unseen by us, Stevie Styler somehow getting ahead of Gazman. I thought Gazman was chasing Matt Psycho down, and Matt Psycho not that far ahead of these three, and all three of them have got to pit before the end of this race. Liam Anfield, I'm not sure, quarter of a tank of fuel. The tyres look okay. Jam's having a go at Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien doing some of that defensive driving. Homesick Alien will have to pit before the end of this race also. Jam probably not. Now Jam having another go at the Nissan. The Nissan trying to stand the ground there in 5th. Like we said, Darren Salmon into the pits. Can Jim One Wise coming around the last corner now. Darren Salmon, he's got to try and get some soft tyres on that, get the car fueled up. There comes Jim One Wise. Darren Salmon coming out of the pits. It's Even Stevens, Darren Salmon just ahead, but no, the momentum alone gets Jim One Wise into the corner first, and now it's battle royale between these two. They've got to duke it out now for the last 8 minutes of this race, 8.5 minutes of this race. Meanwhile, Stevie Styler and Gazman not finishing anything yet. We're waiting for these guys. They're going to have to come into the pits, and then we will see Liam Anfield. I don't think he's got enough fuel. I don't think Homesick Alien's got enough fuel. Jam might retake the lead of this race. He's got ahead of Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien trying to come back at him in the Nissan. Crazy racing here from these two. Fantastic stuff. There goes Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho into the pits. Stevie Styler stayed out. And Gazman's gone in. So Stevie Styler opting to stay out, risking it on that fuel. There comes Liam Anfield coming down the start straight. He's moved ahead of Matt Psycho. Homesick Alien has gone into the pits. Jam staying out up ahead of Matt Psycho, but will his tyres see him till the end there, Jam? Can he make that Honda not rip those tyres apart all the way till the end? We have got less than 8 minutes of racing to do. Stevie Styler will have to come into the pits on the next time round. Liam Anfield, we're not sure that fuel will last. We'll see how far he can go with it, but we think he may have to pit also. Jam looking sitting pretty. He looks like this win could be his to take. Matt Psycho there in 4th place. He led the race for a short while just before his pit stop. Gazman there in 5th, not far behind Matt. Homesick Alien in 6th place after his pit stop. Jim One Wise in 7th. But Darren Salmon fighting him tooth and nail all the way to the flag. Jokers in 9th, Noxie there in 10th. We had 11 people, we've lost another one, haven't we? I don't know who. Noxie, no, Noxie's there, sorry, I'm looking at Noxie. I'm not sure who we've lost. So Stevie Styler leading the way from Liam Anfield. Jam is, there goes Stevie. Stevie's gone into the pit, so has Liam Anfield, so that answers the question. Liam Anfield did not have enough fuel. And there comes Jam to retake the lead of this race 2 at round 3 at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagawa. Matt Psycho moving up into second spot ahead of Liam Anfield, who's in the final podium position. Stevie Styler has come out ahead of Gazman, who is in 5th place. Homesick Aliens dropped off the pack of these guys. And looks like 6th place is the best for him today, with only 6 minutes left of racing. That's 2-3 laps at best. Jim One Wise still ahead of Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon crossing the line with a 26.2. Jim One Wise managing a 25.4. So Jim One Wise pulling out all the stops ahead of Darren Salmon, with Jokers there in 9th and Noxie in 10th spot. I honestly don't know who we're missing. We had 11, I'm sure, at the beginning of this race. So Jam leading the way on lap 24 with only 5.5 minutes to go. Matt Psycho, second spot. He's not that far behind Jam. If he can pull out the times, then he could catch him up. Jam doing a 24.4 his last time around. That's his fastest lap time. Crosses the line again with a 24.4 again, is it? No. Yeah. 24.4 again. Matt Psycho managing a 23.7 though. Liam Anfield, a 25.6 from Liam Anfield. Stevie Styler, not that far behind Liam Anfield. How close is this from 40 minutes of racing? Gazman there, not far behind Stevie Styler. One small mistake from any of these guys, and Gazman has got the fastest lap so far today with a 23.595. He got it on lap 18, and there it looks like Liam Anfield is being caught up by Stevie Styler with only 4.5 minutes left of racing. This is looking very juicy. Jam is getting caught up by Matt Psycho. Liam Anfield, Stevie Styler and Gazman have all got an opportunity to take the final podium position. Homesick Alien seems to have dropped off these guys, but he's got loads of distance between Darren Salmon's got ahead of Jim One Wise. Jim One Wise did a 26.4 last time round. Darren Salmon did a 25.1. There's racing everywhere. I don't know where to watch. Jam leading from Matt Psycho, but only just. Liam Anfield is still ahead of Stevie Styler, who's got Gazman in hot pursuit. This is crazy racing here. Liam Anfield in 3rd place. It looks like Liam Anfield's managed to pull a little bit away from Stevie Styler, with Gazman really pressuring Stevie Styler now. Gazman having that fastest lap. He can go faster. Matt Psycho, he's just crossed the line. He did a 24.3 the last time round. Jam did a 25.0. There is only 3.5 minutes of racing here. Jam is not going fast enough, and he's going to be under pressure from Matt Psycho, a flying Matt Psycho. That Lexus on fire. There is the second Honda of Liam Anfield. He's pulled away from the Lexus of Stevie Styler, who's under pressure from the other Honda of Gazman. Gazman having a fantastic race today. He's in 5th place at the moment. He wants that 4th. Doesn't look like he's going to get 3rd. I don't know. There's 3 minutes left of this race so far. Jam still ahead of Matt Psycho. Darren Salmon now 7th. He's pulled away a little bit from Jim One Wise, so that's that battle over and done with. In 3rd, then we have Liam Anfield. Oh, Gazman's making a move on Stevie Styler. He's up alongside Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler, is there anything he can do? No, he's had to fall in behind the Honda of Gazman. No. Gazman losing the back end, or there might have been contact. I'm not sure what happened between them two. I don't remember seeing anything in the stewards. So Jam is still only just ahead of Matt Psycho. We have got 2.5 minutes left of this race, and it is not going to be over until you see that black and white flag flying in the air. Jam trying to keep it up, but there goes Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho trying to make the move, but the Honda has gone out wide. The Honda's gone out wide, and Matt Psycho has completed in the Lexus on the fresher tyres. Poor Jam. I don't know if he had anything in the grip to be able to fight with that, but he has slipped down into 2nd spot, while Matt Psycho looking like he wants to pull off a Racer Brown and get the double win. and it's looking good for the Lexus driver here. So a Jam in the Honda, slipping down to second. Stevie Styler's going on the attack against Liam. We saw Stevie Styler. Oh no, I've got to go back. Sorry guys, I've got to go back because we saw Stevie Styler dropping behind Gazman. Wow, how long? Oh yeah, we saw the little knock. Yeah, we saw that little knock. Stevie Styler still ahead of Gazman. Carrying on. Gazman in 5th. Matsuko still hasn't overtaken Jam yet. We've gone back about 30-40 seconds. Is Liam Anfield having to start to conserve fuel? Is that the problem with Liam Anfield? And there we see Stevie Styler. He's got plenty of fuel. He's going for a move in the first corner. Oh, there was a little knock. Maybe it looked like Stevie Styler had to get out of something. Gazman having to get out of something as well. They're all getting out of each other's way. But it's tight racing down here for 3rd place. Liam Anfield still ahead of Stevie Styler, but it looks like Stevie Styler's got the momentum. I think Liam Anfield's short shifting because of his fuel. There's Stevie Styler up into 3rd spot. Liam Anfield's trying to cling on to the inside of the corner. And there we see Stevie Styler in the Lexus going ahead of the Honda of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield probably keeping one eye on that fuel that's flashing. Still 1.5 minutes left of racing to go, so he might have to do another lap on that fuel tank. Gazman also. Yes, I think Liam Anfield's having to conserve fuel. He's decided 5th place is better than... it could be back in 7th or 8th if he runs out of fuel. Oh no, we just caught him, missed him. We just missed him losing the back end. Oh my words. What happened to poor Liam Anfield? He's coming around here. And he's on the curb a little bit. I just think just a little inch of his tyre went on the mud. He spun out. Homesick Alien sees the yellow flags. He comes round, 6th place. Darren Salmon, he's quite far away from that. I think Liam Anfield's going to get running again. Poor Liam Anfield. The fuel's flashing, the car's flashing, and it's not even Christmas. There goes Matsuko crossing the line for probably the last lap. There's Jam chasing him down. Jam's fuel's flashing, everyone's fuel's flashing. Stevie Styler in that podium position ahead of Gazman. Has Gazman got anything left in him to go against Stevie Styler? I don't think so. It looks like the gap's starting to look quite big. Homesick Alien getting that last 5th place off of Liam Anfield, who is wary of his fuel tank at this point in the race. Darren Salmon won the battle against Jim One Wise, but Jim One Wise is still Jim One Wise. Looks like he's light on fuel. Jim One Wise has gone in. He's topped up. Even though we're 10 seconds to go, Jokers is way far behind Jim One Wise, so Jim One Wise can get out easily before Jokers comes across him. So back to the leader then on his final lap. He's coming around the last section before the finish line. He's had a great race as Matsuko. I really did think Jam could have kept, was going to keep hold of it, but no, not today. Not Matsuko on the form that he's running at the moment. He's coming around to take his 2nd win of the day. Congratulations, a double winner. It's hard to do that. Here comes Jam for his great 2nd spot. Stevie Styler was quite close in the end. 3rd place, Gazman in 4th. Homesick Alien coming around to grab that 5th place from Liam Anfield. Great stuff there. Liam Anfield in 6th place. That fuel still giving him some drive. Darren Salmon, he's not far behind. That's why he's getting some drive, because Darren Salmon is on his way. So Liam Anfield just coming around the final corner to get that 6th place. And the fuel just about saw him there. Darren Salmon coming around in 7th. Jim One Wise just coming around the final corner. And I'll pause it there whilst we have a quick rundown, and I can write all down the winners and shakers. So Matsuko, congratulations my friend, a double win. A double win here for round 3. for the Super GT Championship. Brilliant stuff. Jam got second after an awful first race. He equals his best from last round. He got a second place. So he still hasn't quite got up there on that top step yet. Stevie Styler on the podium, like the first race here. Take a boo, my son. He didn't get on the podium for the first 2 rounds, and now you can't keep him off the podium. So Stevie Styler in third. Fourth for Gazman. A great race from Gazman. Absolutely fantastic. That's his top finish so far in this Super GT Championship. In fifth place, Homesick Alien, gaining that spot there at the end from Liam Anfield's small spin. So a fourth and a fifth for the Nissan driver. He'll be happy about that. And the top Nissan driver, I believe. Matt Psycho top Lexus, Jam top Honda, Stevie Styler Lexus, Gazman Honda, and then Nissan for Homesick Alien. Liam Anfield in the Honda in 6th place to go with his second from the first race. 7th place for Darren Salmon. Darren Salmon had a race and a half, didn't he, eh? Followed up his 6th place from the first race, got a 7th in this race. Alan Psycho says, great stuff, Matt, great race. I'm just saying, I'm guessing if he's Matt Psycho, you must be Alan Psycho. 8th place then, Jim One Wise. Also great race from Jim One Wise. Him and Darren having at it most of the race. That is Jim One Wise's highest finish. So fantastic stuff. Oh, it was Cale that disappeared. It was Cale that disappeared. I said I couldn't work out who disappeared. Guessed he didn't make it, nor did Racer Brown. Not naming and shaming, they've all got good reasons. I.O. Graham couldn't make it. Mika Wivery left in the first race, and Racer Brown couldn't make it. So Jim On Wise 8th, I've written that down. That was easy. Him and Darren Salmon going at it. Great guns, fantastic stuff. 9th place for Jokers. Jokers, 9th place, his top finish. Good round for him, 11th and 9th. So Jokers must be happy with his work today. And 10th there for Noxie. Looks like he had issues on lap 1 and never actually came back from them. But an 8th in the first race. So still good points from this round. So we'll look at your leader. We'll say thank you very much, everyone. Keep your eyes out for the Pacific Rim that will be on. Oh no, there's an egg timer on. I don't even know if I'm online now. Although my phone might be dying. But yes, keep an eye out for us during the week for the Pacific Rim Championship. And we'll see you soon. We'll live. I think Friday is back to the live racing. We had the Bathursts obviously, but with the Max 5s, and we don't usually see them on a Friday night, so we'll see a couple of guys who can't race Saturdays racing the Max 5s, which is very cool. Going to be looking forward to that, seeing those guys racing. And then Sunday night we've got the Formula X Championship, which is turned into one of my all-time favourite championships, I've got to say. It's just been absolutely exhilarating. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Wayne Kerr. Thank you. Bye. I don't even know if we're broadcasting this last bit because my iPad's just going spinny, 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 spinny. So I don't even know if it's live. I don't think it is. Bye anyway.